So this is what I got done today. This is a Monday, March 25th. So the groups is now a top level in the data. I did call it alpha, beta, and I was thinking delta and omega, but then I was confusing myself. So groups, there's docs that basically belong under groups. The beta is under docs, like I had a view model, but I thought tracking each view with a document will just blow up the database. So pull it back, but purchases, RSVPs, more like human actions or like real world actions. There's a membership document. It started as an application for groups, but then I thought, well, that'll just be your connective kind of badge for a group, and so that status can be approved and you'll have the authorship, but it can also be your profile, like an image and your resume. And so it's sort of your dashboard for your groups, which. So this is the new up here individual groups, and these are the docs that have the model of group, but it seemed too complicated to use a document structure that was connected to other documents and the permissions based off the other documents. Like maybe later I can weave them in together. It's cool to think that it'll just get way faster as I just constantly weave like the core, but for now there needs to be sort of smaller steps, I think, in the beginning. Because everything is moving around still. So this is the old doc structure, but with any doc now you can change the group affiliation so that when I go to Liquid Train, different tags, Jack Dawson, seems like a cool guy. Yep, not that Jack. Assign him to a guild. So like even this could be a person that you just create. You assign an email, and effectively becomes their profile. If you then also assign it to a group, which is really interesting. Like any document can be has your any document could thus be, I don't know. I mean, as a group admin, so you click into the group. So the groups, and most of these have now a group switcher, meaning I can switch into the group. Now I'm viewing groups so I can see all the groups, but if I go into events, actually this wasn't working. Oh, yeah, okay, so there's an event that has a group, although now I switched it so it doesn't show all of the other ones if you don't have the group selected, which, well, no, I can always just create a separate view. I'm combining the backend user defined columns, which are really cool and highly secure, but it also just locks everything down. And even now, and it only locks it down for really the purposes of downloading in the background, which only like a person who knows what they're doing could actually see the data, and the data is not even personally identifying or security risk at all anyway, so might as well open it back up. So you're switching groups. Yeah. Create roles. So it's like I go over to Ecoscene, and it's cool to have the group switcher up top because it's like my different avatars. It's like in the artisan group I'm going to be messing around with art, and it doesn't matter what I'm doing on the website. But then I can open up the Ecoscene group, and so it's sort of saying, well, you're entering this room called Ecoscene in this hotel, or this like maybe more like Burning Man, like you go into a tent that we just sort of propped up, and you're like, what is this? And there's a badge, or there's a, never been a Burning Man, but whatever. It's like, I will trade you 3 chakra cleansings for 2 tarot alignments. This works. This is like the only use of Kanban I've seen, and I don't know, that's cool. I mean, that's just more collaborative, I guess. I still feel like there's a lot of power in the Kanban, and I haven't really figured out how. Because there's the different categories, and then you can move things, and then you can do tags. So there's something there, something powerful. But so anyway, tasks, wallet, same thing. Now your coin is. It was just working. Seriously, it was like the different transfers. Oh, no, because I changed it, so anything without a group just is lost. Alright, I'm gonna turn that back off. So, go into the user, there is a, I think it's just all query, all group query. Edit. All group query, edit that. Ref name is in, no. Oh, because I updated. I'm so confused. There's like too many layers now. Well, anyway, everything automatic. Maybe it's just like starting over, but it did have like your totals, but I suppose that's. I don't know what the point of that is. Like theoretically, everything is in a group, or not, or you have your total. Like, if it doesn't have a group affiliation, is it just sort of freelance? Or is the whole point is that you bring people in and they can talk within their groups? Well, it's set up. So I can send points to... that's not useful. Well, that should be beta anyway. People I haven't hooked up, but that would be the same idea. There's the users. And then these are like the profiles. So I started with the documents that were basically a model person. But that's effectively what a profile document is. So I think over here in the data, I had like profiles are separate documents. Now I'm thinking they should just be regular documents. I don't know. It's kind of like chess. It's like you can think about it, but ultimately just move, and then it'll be a lot clearer. Like you're aggregating future possibilities. So if you can just make any move, like you're rock climbing, just any progress, just do it, and then see where you stand. Yeah, like total user credit versus. I mean, it'll just have to start within a guild. So I don't know. Can I make? Yeah, but because it's a document, this is the way to do it. Yeah, then you just add it to a group. I'm guessing she's part of that. I mean, this just in itself is pretty fucking amazing. Like, you just... And how it'll always need... I mean, basically me. Anyone can learn Glide, and if they want to join in, that's great. It's not designed for simultaneous editing, so But you can always just clone the app, because once you have the database, it might make sense just to do like a tasks app. I don't know. It wouldn't necessarily load any faster. And you'd ultimately want to connect all the data anyway, but where was I going with that? Oh, it'll just require like someone to be kind of on hand doing what I'm doing right now, like all the time. Because also you could just help other guilds. Like you go into a group. That's a little confusing. So I have to start copying all these groups and then building out their content. Then really should just have a button to say convert to. It's interesting starting over from, like, I have docs are designed to just be anything to any for any reason, and each docs themselves have a group folder of fields. So there's like image and timestamp, and there's a whole group section to say, see, now I'm doubling up and going, this ID is referencing a group. Good lord. So there's the docs called docs, and the group table rather than the docs table. But then I had options for, like, is it a guild? Because I was doing some basic filtering. Needs applications, like, is it private? How do you join? Then, if it needs an application, create an application query, like the old groups. It's pretty wild.
Holistic Healer and Herbal Resource Guild, Acupressure Acupuncture, Animal Assisted Therapy, Anthroposophic Medicine, Aquatherapy, Aromatherapy, Art Therapy, Ayurveda, Bach Flower, Flower Essence Therapy, Bath Soaking Salts, Biofeedback
That's
Therapy,
really annoying.
Breathwork, many types, CBD Hemp Products, Chelation Therapy, Chinese Medicine, TCM, Chiropractic, Chromotherapy, Color Therapy.
So here are the
colon hydrotherapy,
applications.
colon
I wonder if you put that up in a, like, sub thing, like the applications. Well, this is the issue of having a doc structure that does everything for like, there's just become so many. So here are the applications, and I'm going to test clicking them out. Add items. Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore, so I'm going to go with the advanced show detail screen, but in a slide in. So now I click on that, and I'm wondering.
Holistic Healer and Herbal Resource Guild, Acupressure Acupuncture, Animal Assisted Therapy, Anthroposophic Medicine, Aquatherapy, Aromatherapy, Art Therapy, Ayurveda, Bach Flower, Flower Essence Therapy, Bath Soaking Salts, Biofeedback Therapy, Breathwork, many types.
So that's like a, I didn't know if I wanted to slide in or whatever, but it's like, as the features grow, they just kind of force choices.
Colon cleansing community, healing circles, counseling cranial sacral crystal healing, cupping, dance ecstatic dance, therapy, earthing
Sliding is
electromagnetic
pretty
therapy,
cool when you're on
equine
desktop.
assisted therapy, essential oils, fasting food as medicine.
The fact that
Chef
just the whole
functional
profile
nutrition
page just
counseling,
goes under there. It's
functional
like custom
medicine,
coding would.
herbal medicine apothecary.
Oh, you could do
retail
it. It just
location
takes so much longer.
Herbal medicine bulk,
I'm just trying to
herbal
weave
medicine farm,
everything
general
together, so
herbal
like there's just
medicine
no
farm,
way that a custom
biodynamic,
coding
herbal medicine
approach
organic
is
herbal medicine,
like even
herbalist,
feasible.
herbal
It's like,
medicine.
by its very nature, it just goes as fast as possible. Oh, I thought this was working. So these check-ins need to be per group. And the way I do that now is the check-ins, beta, whatever. So I can say filter, the coordinates are not empty, right? So obviously the check-ins need to have coordinates, but also the what? Oh, this doesn't even have. This doesn't have a group affiliation. Oh, there's so much interweaving. I think it's looking cool though. Alright, shop works. Things you can afford. Select the guild. None of these documents show. I don't know. Instead of the all group query, I'm going to say docs that are of model product. But then and group ref name is session current group. Yeah. So if there's nothing, then they don't exist. But now you're just looking at like the EcoScene products. And this coin thing should change. Obviously, that's your wallet amount. But that makes every group have its own like crypto coin. And it's more reliable than a blockchain because you're literally looking at the app. Like either the app exists or it doesn't. It's not a separate currency that you have to like monitor and. This is really pushing the limits of my brain. So these all get refined. The facet, it used to be the homepage and I just called it facet and then I put it down, but this is really like impressive. I get lost in this. There's the emotional breakdown of all the documents. Now, based off of, now you can only add a document if you have a selected group. It's cool that it's kind of invite only, like forever. It's like on multiple levels, and you'll just get kind of the gamified, congratulations, you've been promoted to whatever Jedi in the Jedi Guild, and you get 1,000 points of our currency, and you can now see like a whole bunch of stuff. And then because everything has points and like the value of who can see it and you're sharing it piecemeal, like then it could be easily implemented. You just have like a pay-per-view. This post costs 10 points. Here's the synopsis of it, but if you want to see the full thing, you go, oh yeah. And you just click and it immediately is reflected in your bank account and everything else. So it's like a giant informational marketplace. That's creepy. The DAO Mystery Plan is a strategic and operational plan created by a decentralized organization that aims to solve a mystery. Oh, investigate a complex case of planet dollars. Yeah, that's funny. I don't know why I call it mystery, but this is a Google Doc that I don't remember writing. And it's wild because it's like, who the heck wrote this? This is definitely about my stuff. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. So it's getting woven together, but it's clearly not quite there. Just needs to be like tightened up. But it already provides way more than like, I don't know, anything out there. Really, it's just not quite refined, especially with the currency. But I was just watching like Across the Spider Verse, and it feels like the same thing. It's just like webs on webs, and it's taking shape as far as like direct utility to the real world, which has always been the dream. All right. All right. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, this is pretty wild.